Hey guys, Jeg's Garage here. I don't want to turn this channel into an unboxing LED channel, but my friends at Auxbeam have sent me another little care package here, another little gift. So I'm going to do a quick unboxing. This one, the other ones that I reviewed were lights that I wanted to use and that I was going to definitely use. This one, I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing with. I've always wanted one, never really had a good application for one, but we are going to see what we can do. This is a light bar, in case you couldn't guess. They had asked me if I wanted to try a couple different versions. The one that I picked, and it's been so long since I actually got it that I'm not 100% sure which one they sent. I didn't actually specify I want this, that, or everything. They kind of said, hey, we have some new models. Do you want to check them out? I said, yeah. I know that it's I think it's called the Auxbeam series. The thing I liked about this one was, and I can do a little demo here in a minute, is it has a couple different lighting modes. So it's a 3-wire hookup. You can have just the LED crosses light up, kind of like a driving light feature, or you can have all of the main LEDs light up, making it a regular light bar. As far as the length, again, I'm not 100% sure what I specified. I think I might have said the 22 inch because it measures 21 inches plus the brackets gives you about 21, so it's either about 22, so it's either 22 or 23 inch Auxbeam series that I got. I also said that I wanted to check out a curved light, so they said they were going to send that one to me. We'll see when that shows up. But again, I don't have a practical application for this one yet. It could fit in my bull bar on the Explorer. I don't know if I'm going to keep the bull bar, so it looks like it might fit in there physically, but I will have to make like a strap basically to kind of out of strap steel to come down, hug the bottom of the light, come back up, and then use the two light mounts that I now have my 7-inch or 6-inch or whatever they are driving lights. I won't be able to use any of the brackets. Speaking of the brackets, here's what you get in the box. I was actually surprised at the amount of stuff that I got here. So you get these nice cast metal stands with some, it looks like some rubber feet. Also, you get bolts. They are they are security Allen head screws. So they have the little pin, and they give you the Allen keys that have the little hole in the middle to actually get those out. That's kind of nice of them to do, actually, so nobody can just rip this off your car. It also comes with these metal brackets, these little steel brackets. I'm not really sure what the application for either would be. Obviously these metal ones look a lot nicer, so I don't really know. These just have regular bolts, no security bolts, so I'll have to think about it, look at it. I don't know if you use them together. I don't know if it just gives you more mounting flexibility, maybe. If you have a bar and you've used one or either of those, let me know what why would you use these over these and vice versa. I have a feeling it's just mounting options. They also include these lenses. They're like I guess a Fresnel situation. I'm assuming that this creates a flood pattern. I haven't tested it yet, but it's actually kind of neat. It gives you some options, so you can it just snaps right in there. So that's kind of cool. I'm going to have to experiment with that and see what kind of different light you get out of it. And it just pops on and off. And on this particular one, you can do it anywhere. So I could actually put it in the middle here. Put two of them in the middle. However I wanted to do it. I have to look up. I looked up the Pennsylvania. I live in Pennsylvania. I looked up the vehicle code for auxiliary lighting, and I thought I had it printed out. Actually, I thought I printed it out and slipped it in this box, but I didn't. So they have wording on auxiliary lights, and the way it's worded is that they can't be above your headlights, like the line of your headlights, and it's like they have to be a certain distance apart and mounted in the center of the vehicle. Now, I don't know what the legality is of these versus having two driving lamps in the middle of your car right next to each other. I only want to use this with high beams. So basically, I want to hook these up so that I cannot have them on with parking lights. I cannot have them on with low beams. This will only activate with high beams only. I could have I'll have a switch to turn it on and off while high beams are on, but I basically just want this to supplement my high beams. I don't see myself getting in trouble with that. If I forget that it's on and I pass a cop, yeah, he might pull me over for it, but I mean, I see guys running around with these all the time, and I know that they're not street legal, but I don't make a habit of leaving my high beams on when there's cars around. So I don't know, I'm gonna check it out, but it'll be, if I do put it on my bull bar, actually if I put it on the bull bar, or if I mount it in my grill, I want to get the round one, the curved one, and maybe mount it in my grill. Either way, they're almost at the same height as my fog lights, so it'll really just be an aiming thing. I'll just be aiming this higher. Speaking of wiring to your headlights, they actually give you a pretty decent wiring harness. It's a dual relay setup. It's got a little switch that has, I'm not going to pull it all out of there, on and off buttons for, I guess, one's for the cross beam and one's for the main beam. Pretty decent. I would like to have seen some slightly bigger power wires. Power wires are pretty thin, and even the ones that appear thicker are still only 16 gauge. So these big fat wires going into the fuses, it's fused too, so you got relays and fuses. The fat wires they're only 16 gauge. I always like to see light harnesses in the 10 to 12 gauge. Now again, this doesn't draw as much as a couple of big ass halogen bulbs, but still, I still like the safety of having a little bit extra there. So anyways, this is dragging on. I'm going to go ahead and fire up my power supply here and give you a little peek. Again, I don't have a real practical application for this just yet. So for now, we're just going to take a look at how pretty it is. So, and the GoPro's doing okay. So this is just the crosses lit up, and you might see them pulsate a little bit because I just have them hooked up to my little benchtop supply, and it doesn't quite have the power that a 12-volt system has, but not bad. I mean, you can kind of see that it does do a decent job. I mean, it does shine across my basement, no problem. So it's kind of neat. Again, being as how this isn't street legal, I don't know when you'd use this. It's an off-road light, so I don't know when you would use the driving light. I guess if you were on the trails in the daytime or dusk and you didn't need the full light, this would help people see you. I don't know. I don't know why you'd do that, but then there's a third wire here. You hook this up and you get the full Monty. I do have to say that I've shined it across the basement, like I said, and it does okay. It's not as bright as I thought it was going to be. It's a very concentrated beam, like a pencil beam almost, and that might be where these lenses come in. Maybe now's a good time to check those out. Like I said, it might make a good driving light. I don't know. I don't know if they snap in any further than that or not. Oops. Yeah, so you could do something like that. Now, I mean, I'm just looking on the wall. and I can't really see what it's done to the beam pattern. Let's turn some lights off, more lights off, and see. It's definitely bright. Basement's completely dark now. And it's going to be hard for you to see. Don't judge my basement. We're got Christmas decorations out, so you can see it lights up the basement pretty good. I don't know that these lenses make any difference. Any discernible difference? Yeah, I don't know. It's bright, man. I will give you that. It is bright. So that kind of is the best I can do right now. So I can't really give you a performance review on this. The only thing I can say is the construction quality looks nice. You know, the fins are pretty thin and they seem pretty fragile. I've seen some guys beating on these things pretty good, and I can't imagine this taking a hit, much of a hit. But overall, the construction seems pretty decent. The lens is nice. Everything seems to be in its place, and it looks good, and the little silver screws look nice. A couple points of criticism. I don't know if you're going to be able to pick up on this, but in that track right there, and again, I'm using the GoPro, so it doesn't do very good close up. In the track right there, you can actually see that screw. That screw, you can see the threads, and you can actually see that both ends on both sides right there. I really hope that that's a good stainless or something, because I mean, water's going to sit in there and that's going to rust if it's not good stuff. I also don't, I think it looks kind of unfinished. That's a nitpicky thing to say, right? The only other nitpicky thing, I don't know what that is. What's this, guys? Is this some kind of vent? I have no idea what that is. There's no instructions or anything. Anyway, my only other gripe, the only other gripe I have is you can see they didn't get the black textured paint everywhere. So there's some raw spots, and you know, maybe that's just because of the one they gave me. You know, that this might be like a sample, I guess, for no better word. So there you have it. This is the 22-ish inch crossbeam light from Auxbeam. Seems like a nice light. I'm gonna try to mount it, and if I do, I'll either do a quick little video on how I mounted it, or at least show you the results. But I'll put a link. I'll put a link in the description where you can pick this guy up, and you can check it out. Looks like a nice light. All right. Thanks for watching.